Did you have a laptop to see if you can do it from
I
your?
do. So I
Okay,
have
okay,
my
okay,
tablet. So I'm gonna see it on Facebook, and then I'm gonna switch over to YouTube and see if I can see it from there too.
okay. Should be because we stream both from both. Hello, hello. I'm not sure who's on. Give us 1 second.
Hi, you guys.
Whoever is watching, I hope you guys are ready to ask these questions. Hope you got some friends you want, family you want to tag in.
Okay, I think I can see it. Yes.
Okay,
I wonder can I press that thing? There we
I got my water.
go. Definitely need some water. When can we hear? Now I don't want to make it too loud so we don't.
Seeing if you're gonna do a feedback.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Oh, I like this. I probably like YouTube better. I don't know. Let me
You can't you can't see it.
see. Yes, I can see it. I like YouTube. YouTube
Okay.
is very clear.
I think I think I hear like a feedback.
Let me see.
Yo,
All right. There we
we
go.
we good.
We good.
Okay, so before I get started, I do want to say for those that are watching and that will be watching, I am always accepting guests for our platforms. We do speak on topics relating to relationships, friendship, personal growth. Please hit me up. This is also for men because I want men to speak so women can understand them and vice versa. We know women like talking, so we know women gonna get on the panels and do their thing. But I want my men to get on out here with me, come be a guest so we can talk on these topics that a lot of people don't like to hit, but I touch them. Like that's what I'm here for. Break these generational habits, break these mindsets that's been hindering us, making us war at each other between men and women, especially in the Black community. That's what I'm here for. I am the I don't know if you want to call it devil's advocate. That's what I'm here for. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Go ahead, if you can give us an introduction.
All right. Hey, y'all. Good afternoon. All right. My name is Charm Hill. I am a veteran daughter. I'm an East St. Louis native. I have a background in sports and youth development. I have a passion in aquatics. I coach swim team, high school volleyball. My business, I do have my own business. I teach mobile swim lessons, youth, mommy and me, as well as adults.
Yeah,
And for that, new website coming up for that as well.
that's
I am a wife. I am a mother of three, um, two boys and a girl. Breastfed all three, 2.5 years each.
okay.
So I have a little knowledge in that. My last 7 years have been pescatarian lifestyle as well as holistic. Currently, I've been a little more lenient on myself, and we convene with that a little later. But yeah, that's a little bit about myself.
I want to try that. Like I'm just I don't know too much about it. I need to research it, but I want to go on the healthier. I was afraid of the healthier side because I'm trying to gain weight because I'm so small.
Yes.
But now I'm at a point. I'm 34. I'm like, forget this. I'm just gonna be the weight that I am. Let me focus on eating healthy at this point. But I like my meat and stuff, so so I don't know. I gotta pray on this some more before I like, or at least
Yeah.
ease my
You know,
way on into that
you know
lifestyle.
what? Transitioning back though, like it's just like it don't really taste good. Folks can't
I
cook.
believe
You
you.
know,
Yeah.
I do a lot of cooking at home myself, and then traveling as well. Your produce is different, your meat is different.
Yeah,
Some cities is in a food desert, so
yeah.
it's definitely an experience.
I could believe it. I could believe it. Okay, guys, don't forget, ask your questions. Put your comments in the section. If you know somebody that needs to hear this as we're talking, please tag them in. Always share the live for us. Um, okay, so I'm bad at pronouncing names, so if I pronounce your name wrong, don't take it personal. But is it Kari? So the topic should be on the video when you first click on it. But we are talking about um, is the cup half empty or is the cup half full? And it's relating to relationships. We're gonna go wherever the guest goes, though. I don't know if she's gonna hit other situations other than relationships, but we're gonna go with her flow. Your hubby in there.
Oh,
Your hubby coming. He
I'm
just
glad
tagged
you. I
somebody.
can't. I'm glad.
Okay, so what made you choose this topic?
You know what? Currently transitioning in my life right now. You can either look at it one way or you can look at it the other. You can either look at it. I just seen a screenshot in one of my screenshots that I take from Pinterest or any other little website that I use or whatever, or app, and it said you can either look at a rose bush with thorns and say, "Oh my goodness, it has thorns," or you can look at a thorn bush and say, "Oh wow, it has rose bushes." Growing. So it's just it's about perspective. So with this topic, um, you're gonna really figure it out because it's really going to be coming from your own personal perspective, and nobody can tell you about your own perspective. And when we hit certain topics, they're going to be open-ended, and you're going to be only can be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
So we're gonna check our own glass.
Yeah. I like that because I think we forget sometimes that things are never always cookie cutter. Nothing always is just, well, this is the only way it works and this is how you need to see it. That's not always the case, especially with relationships. And I really want us to get out of that mindset that, oh well, this dude did this, oh well, that means this. That does not always necessarily mean that, depending on what season that person is in their life. So you can't always I don't even like this saying honestly, but judge a book by its cover. um that's something else to dive deeper into within itself. But yeah, so everything is not always, oh, this is what I see, that's just what it is. No, when you go to look in that glass, you definitely gonna be looking inward, and you're gonna be seeing some other stuff that wasn't there when you first looked at the situation.
Hello.
um so as it relates to next question, I'm sorry. So as it relates to relationships, what does looking at the cup as half empty do to the relationship?
You know what? With the relationship, and it depends on what type of relationship, whether it's a personal relationship with yourself, whether it's a family relationship aspect, so it's a spouse, or the relationship you have with your children, or it's a business relationship. Maybe it's a point in your life where you're all about your business, all about going for your goals at the moment. It's all about what you're focused on in that glass.
Yeah.
So as far as being empty, let's just say what makes it full, what makes it empty. So when we're talking about the aspects of being empty, emotion wise, when we think about empty, sadness or anger, or things that don't keep you filled, it keeps you in a chaotic state. It
Mm-hmm.
would be those type of things. If it's in mostly like a physical aspect, what keeps you empty, what keeps you drained, sleepy, tired, all the time, you have to look at those things that's empty in that glass.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's staying up too late, working too many hours, being on social media too much, that's emptying in that glass. Also with a financial relationship with yourself or your family or your business, what are you doing to empty that glass out? Are you saving? Do you have income? What are you doing with that income that you do have? With these different tax credits coming out, different what do you call it, stimulus, things like that, side business hustles, things like that. What are you doing with that financial state? Are you emptying that glass and just shopping, spending because you got it? So
Mhm.
in that aspect, we can always look at the glass being, sort of empty, because
Mhm.
what do you have?
Because you steadily depleting everything. Yeah. And guys, I don't know. It's not really lagging on my end, but if it starts to lag, guys, let me know. If it's happening on your or you guys' end, and we want to make sure you hear everything that's going on. Um, and not just, seeing like a squiggly screen. So you actually went forward. I think I had a question that to make you go into details on that coming up, and you actually tackled it. But we're gonna tackle it again
Yeah.
as we come across the question. So that was good. That was good. So let's go to the next one. What are some things that makes actually there it is right there. What are some things that make the cup in the relationship empty out? So then you can go ahead and just I know you named some things, but go ahead
Mhm.
and tackle a couple of them.
I'm glad we started with the empty portion of it, so I can, generalize that. And now we can go with, relationship wise, what makes it empty. Let's see. So let's say if we have a spouse, significant other, male, female, straight, lesbian, LBGT, whatever the case may be, you have to still look inwardly, you know inwardly always is what do you have to give. If you want something from someone else, because you're empty in that area, that's a little selfish. Or you could look at it like, oh well, I need that. And but then in a different aspect, you'll say, well, what if that person doesn't have that to give you? And
So
that
what?
means in that space. So then it causes you to take a self look, and it says, oh man, if I'm looking for love, I might be empty in self love. If I'm looking
Ooh.
for financial stability, somebody to wine and dine me, am I doing that for myself? Do I know what that looks like? Do I know what to wear? What to bring for a tip? What restaurant to even suggest to go to? You
Yeah,
to even get what you want.
yeah.
So
As it relates to, I like how you said the if you lack the self love, then you'll be looking for that love in another person. Can you touch on that a little bit more? Because I don't think a lot of us, and I don't want to say it's not only women because
yeah,
I'm a woman, I date only men. So of course I deal with men who struggle with self love and self care too. But I know there's a lot of women do that. So you do have a lot of women who struggle with that. They lack that overall. They think, well, I look fine, I'm cute, I'm thick, whatever the case. I love myself, but you you're lacking the self-love, the self-care that you need because now you're looking for this man or whoever to fulfill.
and is that what you want them to see, that mirror image?
Okay, look, they had went out for a minute. I didn't hear you. I'm like, what
Oh no, I was saying, really when you're looking for someone to see, oh well, I have this aspect or I have this attribute, my lips, my eyes, my body, you know, we all see that, but what are you doing to
happened?
accentuate it?
Yeah.
So that accentuateness, that charismaticness, that attitude, that love, that oomph, that it factor matters.
Yeah.
you know so when you're looking outwardly, for someone to um love what you're bringing, um maybe that's something they already saw, or maybe it's something that they didn't see, so they don't know how to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what a woman looks like. So you have to know your audience. If you're expecting, a man or a woman that has not seen what a respectable woman talks like,
Mm-hmm.
walks like, whatever their image of it, you got to know what their image of it is. You
And
know,
see, and that's good too because we don't look at it like that because we look at it like, okay, a man just supposed to know. You just supposed to know how to handle me. A woman just supposed to know how to speak life into her man or a man. We just supposed to know. But you don't just know, you know what you experience, you know what you've been through, you know what you've seen. So going back to the respectable woman, like you said, okay, I may be a respectable woman, but I might meet a dude who only he loves my outside. He love how I look. He love what it looked like. He trying to see what it's like, you know, you know what I mean? Or so it's like he's coming to me not thinking I'm a respectable woman, but he's only coming to me because it's something that he's needing. What is that he needs the sex, he needs that release, whatever it is, he's coming to me needing that, but he's not seeing the respectable woman that I am. And so now you're coming, okay, say I give him that. Say, you know, we have a good time. And now that's all you're wanting from me. So now, okay, this cup getting a little empty because now all you're doing, you're just taking that part.
In that aspect, well, you didn't look at his glass appropriately because he already showed you what he wanted
more than once.
Needed, you know, he ain't looking for that.
More than once.
For a respectable woman, he want whatever he wants. Yep. So if you want to give whatever he wants in your own way, that's an option.
Yep, it's an option, but that's how the cup go to. That's how the cup go to being empty too. Yeah, because like I'm steadily giving you what you want, and you're not giving me what I want. So now it's like, okay, you
so now you have to communicate that, because now you just where I want to give. You know, I want to give you what you want. I want to be pleasing unto you. Well, now what do you want? And did you ever think about that?
Yes.
And did you ever communicate that?
Yes. And then if you have communicated it and you're still not seeing the results you want, it's time to fall back. Hello. I was reading a book. I study so much. I read so much, study so much as it relates to the mindsets, the human psychology, and things like that. And I was finding a lot of studies were showing that women, when we are empty, we give more. It sounds crazy, but we give more when we're empty because we're hoping that the other person will see, hey, I'm giving this, I'm giving that, I want you to give it back. Instead of realizing like, hey, especially when as it relates to a man, okay, you giving me more, that means, okay, we good, right? I don't really have to give to you, right? You're not needing anything. But women don't see it like that. We just see it like, let me give him more love, let me give him more affection, more whatever it is, and then maybe he'll see, hey, let me do it back. That's not how men operate.
Right.
And women gotta realize that, we gotta see that. So then as we are emptying ourselves out, we'll know, you know what, it's time to back up for a minute. I really need to pour back into myself because I'm pouring too much into you and you're not reciprocating that back. So,
and that goes back to the beginning where I went through that personal, that family, and that business aspect. We have to go back to that personal. You know, are you emotionally full or half empty? You know, enough to even, you know, do you know what excited feels like? Do you know how to give excitement? You know, do you know what being surprised feels like? Do you know how to give a surprise?
And genuinely, you know? not the makeup of it. Like, I know how to act. It's a lot of people know how to act for the moment.
Yeah.
But when you go home, when you're by yourself or whatever the case, is that still flowing through you? Or is now the mask off?
Even pleasure. And I wrote that down and I was like, oh, that's shocking. You know, if you don't know how to please yourself, man or woman, you don't know what's pleasing to yourself, how can you please a significant other? You, first of all, in most cases, y'all ain't even the same sex. You know, you're not even the same, you know, it's not man, woman. You know, so you're all the way, what you think feel good, what you think works, you know, 9 times out of 10, it might work because y'all both want the same goal. You both want that at the moment. But if you really have an understanding of what pleasure is, what happiness feels like, what makes you sad, you know, and not to revisit those things, to revisit those emotions, you know, if you're only feeling happy and sad, you got to fill your cup with something else personally.
Yeah, I mean, because
it's not just a happy and sad thing. You got to know all those feelings.
And that's, you say, okay, that right there. It's a lot more emotions that we have that we don't even recognize because we're only, well, I'm happy, I'm sad. Or the famous one, I'm mad, I'm angry. Like, we only deal with those emotions as far as that you know of, but you dealing with a whole bunch of other emotions.
Do you know what euphoria feels like and what it feels like to be in a good state where you don't mess it up?
Nah.
Because sometimes we've been in such a struggle mode or such a, I'm trying. That's when it's going good. We like, well, some happening, some ain't, some, because this don't feel right. Well, yeah, it feels right, but do you know how to walk in that? And so that's where we see those successful people that catch a wave or are in their season, and they know how to walk in that appropriately because they know how good it feels, and they know how to show how good it feels. They are so appreciative um, for that season in that glass that they have at that moment. So then we have to come back to being appreciative in our personal selves.
Appreciative is a very good word, because a lot of times, a lot of us we're so used to, um, again, the cup being half empty. We're so used to the bad that's happening in our life, in our relationship work. We're so used to arguing all the time, to where when the good happens or we're laughing now, we went a whole week, we laughing, we all up on each other. Wait a minute, what's this?
Mm-hmm.
The bad got to be coming, so
Let
we
me
don't
check.
appreciate the good at the time. It's like we looking for the bad to come on and come back, because we're so used to that. So that's self-sabotaging in our own ways, a lot. So what can a person do when they feel like the cup is half empty in their relationship?
Good. That's a good one. So this next part, really, I went from emotional, physical, and then financial. That goes into the physical part, and that's so dope. How this outline is going. That goes to work on that personal first. So if you are being physical with yourself, eating right. If it's just waking up every morning and get that glass of water in, if it's just making sure you have a dessert, in your day, um, or if it's breakfast, something you miss or something you like, and that's again knowing what makes you happy, knowing what makes you sad, knowing what makes you excited. Are you doing that for yourself before you look for someone else to do that for you?
Yeah.
So are you being active? If you want a guy with a six pack or a girl that is physically
Yeah.
appropriately looking,
Yeah.
are you showing activeness in your life? I see a lot of surgery being the hot thing now. I'm with it. I would love to do
I thought about it.
a little physical sometime in my life before a certain age, and I change my mind. But with that in yourself, that's great, but if you're asking for somebody else to appreciate that and they're not, these men ain't going to get plastic nothing. So if you're looking for them to appreciate that, really like that, and that's not the type of caliber that guy is,
Mhm.
that's almost a misconception. But
That's
if
a
you're looking for a guy that's like that, that works out, that's active in the gym, you in that area,
mhm.
you looking how you look, you feeling how you feel, then you going for the gusto, you going for the
Yeah.
goal.
I mean, even most of them, especially them that work out, they don't prefer a woman that gets surgery. They prefer a woman that works out. So if you're getting surgery for something like that, you got to make sure you're getting surgery strictly for you
Yes.
and for your, whether it's your health, whatever
Yes.
it is, it has to be for you, because a lot of times what women fail to realize is we want to look a certain way, and that's cool, that's fine, that's cute, big butt, small waist, good. But here's the thing: does that big butt and small waist get you the man that you want? And
Yes.
not the man that wants to have sex with you, it's
Hello.
the man that wants to lock you down. You know what I'm saying? So
Hello.
I feel like, as it relates to what we can do when the cup is half empty, I I don't necessarily even feel that is something that's making the cup full. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a personal choice.
Yeah.
Do what you do, look good. A lot of them look good to me. Like, I be seeing people talk about that, some that don't. I don't know. I see a lot of people I see looks hella good.
Yeah.
But
I like
but the thing is with that, if you're doing that, don't do that to get a man, because most likely it's not
yeah.
going to get you a man. It's going to get his attention. It's going to make him want to get between, what's them legs, but it's not going to make him be like, yes, this is the woman for me that I want to build with. This is the woman I can see raising my kids. It's the mindset that does that.
Yes, and that goes
Character that does that.
yes, and that goes into other things in the physical that I took down, which is cooking, gardening, health and safety things such as knowing CPR, COVID precautions. Those things are important.
Yeah, they help the relationship.
To
They definitely help.
self.
So your husband commented twice. I want to before we go to the next one, I want to tackle both his comments. If I could read it. So the first one said, we are a culture when we are programmed to be traumatized. So instead of dealing with our trauma, we build a wall up or we find a coping mechanism to deal with the triggers of the trauma. Did you want to tackle that? I do agree with that, especially as a culture. I do agree with that.
Yes, I definitely can. Genetically, geographically, as a culture, we have been sort of programmed to look at our cup half empty. And half full in an aspect that it doesn't make us feel accomplished when we do things. We have a zest to keep going, keep going, keep going. This tiring.
I ain't going hard enough. Let me know.
Yeah,
Ain't no
let's
sleep.
go
Team no
harder.
sleep.
Get it out the mud
Team
aspect.
no sleep.
Okay, who want to not have sleep, baby?
That's not good.
I need a nap now.
Yeah.
So culturally, with that trauma of no sleep, gotta get it, money, in the rat race. As long as you're in the human race, that's the most important race that we as the people need to be worried about at the moment. Sustaining your body, sustaining your family, and your finances. That all is like a trauma mode for our culture. So we really have to really focus on not even seeing anything else, but focusing on really accepting and appreciating where you and your tribe is right now, you and your family is right now, you and your business is right now, and then creating goals and role models and action plans for yourself first. Then you can do it for your family or your spouse. But without that sort of a trial and error aspect, because we have a sort of trauma with failing as well.
Yeah.
If you don't try, you will not do anything.
Yeah.
You have to try. You have to try in order to fail or succeed.
Yeah, both.
So if you don't try fried broccoli or you know what I'm saying, cauliflower, like them cauliflower bites, I ain't eating that, or I ain't eating. So if you never try it, and then you never try it again,
and it's the inches.
Don't push anybody else, besides you to push harder than you pushing yourself.
Yeah.
So, and with that push, it's a self push. And it's a loving push. It's a happy push. It's an exciting push. It's not I'm gonna work till I can't work no more.
But you know what? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, though. And that's exactly what we're doing right there. And as a culture, that's what we're doing. And I actually made a post. It wasn't recent, but I want to say it was this year. I made a post, and I know this is the norm to say, especially in the Black community, because our parents didn't give us what they should have, gave us or whatever the case. But I made a post, and I said, everything I do is not for my son. Everything I do is for me. That way, when I'm fulfilling me, I'm happy, I'm whole, I'm healed, I have my goals. He's just going to eat the fruit of that. But I don't get up every day because I'm like, oh, my son need a roof over his head. No. I need a roof over my head.
Hello.
I'm not, oh, my son got to eat. No. I got to eat, because if I'm not good, I'm no good for my son. So, I know a lot of us, our motivation to work 2-3 jobs, our motivation to team no sleep and all of that is so our kids can have or don't want for nothing. But at the same time, that's not the mindset we should have. Our kids don't want for nothing. What's not wanting for anything? If you're fulfilling their basic needs, they got everything they need then. What's not one for anything except for as it relates to, okay, every name brand that they want, every shoe that come out that they want, every game come out that they want. That's not a necessity in their life to, you know what I'm saying? So we work ourselves 2-3 jobs and a business so our kids can have the luxury life, but you're not giving them the necessity that they need for as they get older. They gonna see it don't come this easy.
It's your view of luxury. What is your view of luxury?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you think luxury is finances, clothes, job, savings, great. That's a part of it. But luxury living is definitely having access to clean air, clean food, clean stores that support people that look like you.
Yeah.
You ain't got to spend with folks that don't employ you. I lived my last 7 years with that. I ain't not doing it.
Yeah,
I can show you stores, resources, tools. Hit up my Instagram, all that, because I am pro. Make that dollar spend with us a few times. But going back into the physical, if you learn how to have a conversation, learn how to motivate yourself, learn how to have goals for yourself, your kids will pick up on it.
Yeah.
Your spouse will pick up on it. If they see you doing self-affirmations in the mirror, writing notes down, encouraging yourself, if they see you working, they see you saving, most times people want what they see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do what they see. I don't care what you're talking about, what you're teaching, what you're yelling about, what you're cursing about. They see.
Yeah. I don't even know if this comment he made, James made this comment based off, and I think when we were talking about the surgeries. But I don't know if it goes with I don't know if it goes with half empty or half full, but he said enhancing what's yours isn't wrong. It's accepting yourself and your flaws to appreciate the reason for your transition and to walk in that humbling. And I love that because that's the key. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you got the surgery or whatever it is. Okay, but are you willing to accept, hey, I had a flaw?
Yes.
Which is what made me get the surgery.
Yes.
I was listening to something. It said, listen, ain't nothing wrong with getting surgery as long as you own your it was a video actually. I want to say Tasha Graves, and I don't want to
just watched it. Shout out to Tasha.
But it's just like, listen, okay, you want to get surgery, own your flaws.
I'm not faking it in the gym.
Yeah, I'm not faking it. Yes, like I'm willing to say, yes, I got surgery, and what? You want to pay for the next one? I got something. Like, don't be ashamed to like. Please, why are you talking about people with surgeries? Listen, are you ashamed that you got the surgery?
And you don't owe nobody no explanation either.
And you don't owe nobody no explanation. I feel
don't be faking. Don't be giving out fake information. Don't be giving false dreams. Then your daughter grow up thinking she gonna look like her mama.
And that's I feel like, okay, so thank you, James. He tagged her. So the thing is with that is going back to what James said. Okay, listen, walk humbly in that thing. Okay, don't be ashamed to say you got this surgery. Only reason you mad if somebody talking about it is because maybe you didn't even accept your flaw from the beginning.
Exactly.
You hid from it. Can't nobody use nothing against you that you accepted it. And I stand on that. Okay, you heard what? You said what? Oh, okay, yeah, and what's next? Okay. What's the next conversation? What's that doing for you?
That's that personal. You gotta
look, going back to the title. Is that putting money in your bank account? Is that filling your cup? What's that doing? Talk about me. What's that doing? Talk about somebody that had surgery and like that. What's that doing? Next topic.
And then really like, and I think this hit for me yesterday. I think my husband was saying, quit letting people take you there. You know, if people opinions shouldn't deplete your cup, it can affect it because we have feelings. We are human beings.
Oh, say that again. I'm gonna have to tag that on the post. Say it again.
We are human beings having a human experience. We have feelings and emotions, but those pass. Don't stay in that thing too long. Don't stay sad too long. Don't stay depressed too long. You can. We all can. We all can take a long time. But if you want, what is your goal? If you want to be happy, do something to make you happy.
Do something to make you happy. Do something to make you happy. Not nobody else.
Because people always gonna have a compliment. Ooh, that's ugly. Ooh, that's pretty. But what is
Why
their
she wear that? Why her hair like this? Why she wearing those shoes? Why?
Know why their opinion is like that. Like, do you even care enough about them to even care about their opinion like that? Like, for real?
No.
So,
anybody that's on her, go back, quote her when she said, I think I'm gonna mess it up. When she said, other people's opinion should not deplete your cup.
It shouldn't.
Other people's opinion
should not deplete your cup.
Not deplete your cup. That goes back to
that's
accepting your flaws.
That's your cup.
Yeah, that's your cup. On your shit.
I think I seen another a post I think on Pinterest that it said, how much does your cup cost? If your cup is very expensive, or is it cheap? Because if it's cheap, then that's why they can defend your cup. You know, if your perspective is cheap, if you ain't read no books, you ain't been nowhere, you don't have any goals, no type of modeling anything, then your cup is probably cheap.
Yeah.
Anybody can break it.
He said you better stop letting people sip out your cup.
Yes.
Don't let them sip out of it. Don't let them add to it. If they add, you got Kool-Aid in your cup and they trying to pour Patron in there.
Because you trying to have me inebriated from what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
Focus.
Yes. I'm trying to be healthy and drink my water. You want to give me some Hennessy?
Back up. Trying to get clear.
Back up.
Trying to get Kool-Aid with the acid in it.
Yes. And as it relates to a relationship too, I'm gonna even say this. I'm in so many relationship groups. They funny. They hella funny. But he said you don't spike. They gonna spike my stuff. Yeah, don't spike my stuff. I'm trying to be healthy and drink water. Don't put no Hennessy in there because you know I'm gonna drink it. Don't do that. But anyway.
I mean, baby, tempted will.
Man, tempted will. You gotta know your limit.
You done drinking. Now you got a hangover. You gotta reset. Yeah. You gotta go replan what the plan was before you before you fell for the drink.
I'm gonna say this. That's knowing your flaws and that's owning your shit. So I'm gonna say this. As it relates to the relationship, okay, so you like, let me just men are visual, right? Okay, say you with a chick, you like the chick because she completes every other part of your life that you want in a woman and a wife. Yes, Darren, I'm gonna drink it. I love me some Hennessy. Don't play with me. But you gotta be careful when, okay, I got the woman, I got the love of my life. She's everything I want. But okay, maybe her body, maybe the booty ain't hitting like I want it to hit. Okay, we dealing with people getting these surgeries. Okay, her body looking bomb, butt looking right, cool. You gotta be careful, especially when you are on kind of, I guess a half empty cup with your partner. You gotta be careful getting around friends, family, going places, wherever, to where, okay, that big butt look kind of nice. Mad at my old lady. She ain't really got no butt, but I like this big butt. You gotta be careful of what you, like he said, putting in your cup when it comes to these type of things that's tempting you. But it's accountability. Like, you gotta know what's your limits, and you can't sit here and talk yourself out of it neither. Like, oh, well, I'm good. I could just have a conversation. You can't have no conversation. You know where conversation finna take you. She like, is he bothering you?
I can't see it, so I'm good.
Oh,
can't see it. But I mean, honey, listen. Once you see that, and sometimes you can't even see it. Sometimes you can't see it. Your view is obscured. You're not viewing anything right now. We're just walking. It's Saturday.
I'm laughing because you can't.
We get blindsided, So
you can't see the comments, but you know why we get blindsided? Exactly what Bernez just said. He said, if you got a cheap cup, anything you see gonna look good. Here's the thing. That is absolutely true. But it's some people
to be full. All you need is one shot. One shot.
It's people though, you ain't got no cheap cup. You got that real good, thick, industrial red cup. You got a good cup. But because you are looking at that cup as half empty, of course you finna go try to look for something better. Of course you finna try to look at something better because you're looking at that cup as half empty.
You looking at it like, man, why you don't wear that? Why you? dang, but if you're looking at it like, wow, at least you're this size, because do you know what size that person is with that behind? That's probably a 13, 14, 15, 16, and the butt only. Y'all don't know what the struggle.
You say in the butt only.
The butt only. Y'all don't know the struggle of the black woman trying to fit some around this small waist with a big behind. Okay? That is not easy shopping.
Look,
Okay?
and men like, we don't care. We ain't care about the
They
shopping.
don't
We just want to see
care,
what
baby.
we
They
like.
finna wear a white tee and some jeans. Okay? That's what they finna wear. Different colors of it. Different brands of the jeans of the t-shirt. Okay? So unless you looking out your cup at some, some slacks, and some cohines.
Just personal opinion, I feel like, and I might be getting into a question that I was supposed to ask you, but just personal opinion, I always feel like, going back to what you said, appreciate what you have. Appreciate the things that you have. Appreciate the people that's in your life. Don't go looking for better, because it's always better, but then it's always something that's better than that better. And then you're going to keep looking and looking and looking until you don't have nothing that's better, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So appreciate what you have at that moment. Look for the good in what you have at that moment. Look for that cup to be half full versus looking for that cup to be half empty. I was finna go to my next question, but I got a couple of comments over here. Let me see if it's some that's going to go on the screen. So James said a gas station cup and a wine glass got a different type of feel, a different hold, and a different drink to it. I wish you was on the screen, James, for me to actually have you understand, like, explain what that's actually saying. Do you know what he's saying with that?
You know what? Really, that's with how much does your cup cost? Your personal cup cost. Because if you sipping out of a wine glass, you ain't interested in nobody holding no paper cup. And
wine glasses,
maybe in this season, because you might be in your 20s, you don't care about what the cup you drinking out of. You care about the lips drinking out the cup. Okay. But maybe if you're in your 40s, your 50s, you like, let me see her nails. Let me see the type of glass she's holding. Mm-hmm. Let me check her teeth out as she sips the glass. Mm-hmm. What is her cup filled with? Is she drinking Patron?
Yeah.
Love it, honey. Yes. Casamigos too. Or is she drinking White Zinfandel? Is she drinking Merlot? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What is she drinking? That's knowing your audience. And then you look at yourself like, okay, if I'm drinking this, how can you judge somebody? What is your cup full, sir? What's in your cup? Because at least what's in your cup, you coming with that. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna judge somebody's cup? Your cup ain't nothing in your cup.
Yeah.
Your cup empty.
And so the thing is, I don't know who said it.
You drinking faucet water. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but you need to boil it first. I'm just saying.
She said boil it first.
I'm
sticking to my alkaline water, y'all.
Okay, alkaline, baby, and spring water. Okay.
Yeah. So okay, so the thing is,
y'all know I'm a coupon mom, so I'm coming with the resources, real cheap resources. Boil that water, put it in a glass jar.
James said soda pop. Yes, baby, because I love me some Pepsi. Love me some Pepsi. Don't need it, but I love it. But so the thing is, knowing what, and I know we're giving all these metaphors, guys, but I hope you guys are really taking in what we're saying in the variety of what we're saying. Because the thing is, we've named all these cups. We've named all these different flavors, these different looks, these different tastes, and you got to know what is for you. You can't go with the trend of what works at that time, because it's this thing. I guess I see a lot of people posting Casamigo or something like that.
I drink Casamigo. Go drink it if you want to.
So here's the thing. I know what I'm into. I know what I'm willing to do. Try. I'm not a liquor person, so guess what? I'm not trying every liquor that come out, and you're not finna sidetrack me with trying every liquor that come out because it's trending.
Okay.
So what's gonna be in my cup is either gonna be some water or maybe some Pepsi. Every now and then, might get some Hennessy or a slushy, alcoholic beverage.
And what you're naming is boundaries.
And that's
B.
the thing.
You're
It's
naming
the boundary.
boundaries, B. You're naming standards. What are your personal
Yes.
boundaries? What are
If
your
you're
personal standards
trying,
for your cup? So at least
if
have
you
that for the person you dealing with, the business you're dealing with, the family that you have.
yes,
Have boundaries for your children, for
that's
your
the
spouse.
big point. Boundaries, not even for your children, have them for yourself. If you trying everybody cup, where that's gonna lead you to? You gonna be looking like what what's the dude name I just posted about? He, I don't know what he on, but I said he looked like Lil Wayne.
I don't know.
What's the Soldier Boy? You gonna find yourself out here looking like Soldier Boy, out here sipping from everybody's cup. Like, just if your cup is half empty, start focusing on that cup.
Yes.
And if you feel like it's a cup worthy enough to be washed out over and over and used over and over again, work on that cup.
Work on
Fill
it.
that cup up. Find ways to fill that cup up. Stop looking for all these other cups or all these other people or things to put
But
inside
if you got the
the cup.
money, sis, if you got the money, sis, go buy a new cup. Okay.
If you have to, yeah.
Go ahead. If that ain't gonna deplete your savings,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
that ain't gonna take from your goals of a car, a house, your business jumping, go do that.
Yeah.
But if going to go do that will boost that because of a self-image that you have to have with whatever you think that will do it.
Now that's called
work ethic.
That's called planting a seed into your business, though. That's called planting a seed into your future. Now, it's a difference with planting a seed into your relationship, your business, your family, your future, versus trying to look like the Housewood of Hollywood, you know, whatever they call Hollywood Housewives, whatever.
Better figure out what jobs they got.
Yeah, it's a difference with planting a seed into bettering yourself versus planting a seed to just look like a certain image, but you ain't really going nowhere in life.
Yes,
those are two.
Or your confidence doesn't meet that image.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I see a lot of bad bodies in that face still looking like this.
Yeah, no, a lot of that, and this is
look tired. You know, no emotion.
And I'm gonna say this.
I'm just happy because you look good. You know, come here,
and
girl.
I'm gonna say this for those who heard this part of it. So she, in the beginning, she said she loves some surgery. I co-signed the surgery, so we're not against the surgery, guys. What we're against is you trying to put up an image that you really, ain't, that you're really not living. Yes, you the baddest thing walking this earth. The caption is bomb.
Because you got on, you faking it.
You got on. The caption is bomb. I'm telling you, the caption is fire with the picture. But you miserable. But you really not who you are on that caption. You really not who you are on that picture. You really not who you are on that filter. You're half empty, going more so on the more empty side. You know what I mean? So,
and we can come back from that. We can come back from that. We can.
So here's the next question. I'm glad you said that. So next question was, is there a positive side to the cup in the relationship being half empty?
Yes. There is always a positive side to an empty cup. With that personal, always starting in a personal aspect. When you think your cup is empty, oh, I look this way, I feel this way, I do this. This is time for work. Do some self-work, do some self-studying. With all this social media that we look at our phones every day, look up hashtag mental health, hashtag self-affirmations, hashtag luxury living. So you can get an extra view of a cup that you think you want, or for yourself first, and then you can start looking at, oh man, these people, these role models, these views, resources, tools that I'm looking at, can help me look at my cup as, okay, I accept this cup. Okay, I got a bad attitude problem. I work on my attitude. I'm gonna talk to myself. I'm gonna listen to pleasant music.
That part.
My attitude at a level states.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get more sleep. But if you don't acknowledge your cup, and then try to actually make a step to feel it, and not so much look for somebody else to feel that. Yeah. I'll make you happy. I'm unhappy because you're making me unhappy. No. Yeah. You're allowing that person to sip some of your happiness out of your cup.
Yeah. It's so going back to Bernice made a good comment. So I am divorced, and so I come from the stance that, you know, the grass is greener on the other side, only from the way my life went and
Yes.
my situation. I don't agree that that's for everybody. But
Yes.
I'm gonna go back to Vernez's comment. He said the grass ain't greener on the other side. Take care of your own grass, seed it, water it, and you'll reap what you sow. And that's the thing. So as it relates to when you feel like your cup is half empty, instead of planting more seeds into it, instead of tending it, gardening it, watering it, instead of starting over, like I said earlier, wash that mug out, refill it with some, start all the way over. Instead of starting over, we tend to like, okay, it's kind of empty. Let me go find something else
Yeah,
to
keep
fill
filling
it
up
with.
that time.
Yeah. And
It's
the
like
thing is, you find yourself in a downward spiral when you're doing those
use
things
plastic cup.
because the grass for everybody is not greener on the other side. For me, it was, but for that's not everybody's story. Your grass is hella green. You just need to go on and put a little bit more water on it.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
dehydrated it. Put some water back into that mug. You know, so
Also, um, with that grass is the green. I think I made a post a long time ago. I said I ain't looking for greener grass. I'm looking for a more sufficient, sufficient enough water to, water it.
I like that.
Sometimes we ain't in the right area. We're not in the right business field. I just realized that I went back in my head. I went to I want to say Rooms to Go, and I went to Ashley Furniture. And the fact that it's making me smile like that right now, it took me into a state,
You
honey.
so lit up. You lit up.
Baby, baby. Okay, so I didn't know that, that brought me so much happiness with a DIY decor, being organized. I'm definitely going into business with my daughter. That I already, honey, all my kids' businesses is already wrote down and planned because I just have a plan for their life. And then when they think they grown, they can go about their business and try the stuff they think gonna work, and then they can go read my, my instructions.
Yeah.
Because they're all allowed to be their own person. But honey, it put me in a state that brought me back to say, oh man, this is what makes me happy. This is what makes me spark. Maybe I need to implement this in my personal life. I mean, I need to take more visits to them stores, literally, to light up. I need to focus my social media on those type of things. Instantly made me light up. In my business aspect, I need to focus on my daughter business, obviously, and sort of do those things that I wanted to do with her business as well. Because, honey, she wants to do a lot. She is a YouTube whatever, but whatever that really sparks you, makes you happy, you get that aha moment. You better write it down. Take heed, because whatever that is, it can fill you right back up that next day. Write it down, take a note so you can stay full, so you can get through that day.
So
So you can
I
stay
like to,
full, so you can parent, so you can stay full, so you can give your spouse a hug and a kiss, even when they
yeah.
ain't doing it right.
So I like to say, the individuals in the relationship, marriage, or whatever, you're the one that makes up the health of that relationship. So if both of you guys are depleted, if both of you guys, neither one of y'all have goals, neither one of y'all know how to talk to each other, neither one of y'all know how to forgive, neither one of y'all have any type of accountability, then yeah, that cup gonna be half empty, and then it's gonna be ran over in the street by the
Yep.
by the cars because
Yep.
you're not tending to that cup. You're not.
Folks gonna be putting stuff all up in your cup.
Yes, but you know what? It goes back to accountability. It goes back to accountability. You also can't, as it relates to a relationship, both of y'all are two cups. You also cannot be focused on what's in his cup and what he doing, or vice versa. When you both focus on your own cup, when you
Hello.
both focus on your own accountability, hey,
Yes.
my attitude is really kind of trash. Maybe I
Yes.
need to work on knowing how to speak life into my man. Hey, my attentive is not there. Maybe I need to be a better listener to my woman. When you start focus on looking within and seeing what you can bring, what kind
Yes.
of seeds you can bring to the cup, what kind of watering you can do, what kind of cutting, like James said, cutting the weeds out. Let me read his comment. Ooh, I had it on and I took it off. Okay, so it said you better cure your grass if you want that line. Water it, sow them good seeds, keep the trash off of it, cut them weeds out, and I promise it will get greener on the same side as the other side. And that's facts though. That's
What?
facts. If not better, James. If not better. If not better. And I feel better. I feel like it would get better because you guys got years in there. You guys have seen each other's vulnerability. You guys have seen each other's flaws. You've stuck together through it all. So it's like, yeah, when I water this, unless it's well, this ain't the panel for toxic. Those are different scenarios. But unless it's toxic,
honey, folks gonna take from your cup if you keep watering that thing. You gonna be thirsty because you're gonna be pointing to somebody that ain't got their goals on even filling their own cup. Yeah. They want you to keep watering their cup so they can drink for free. They want to partake in the water.
Oh yeah. Oh, people will use you up.
They want to look at your full cup. Mm-hmm. They want to taste of what's in your cup. Mm-hmm. They want all the benefits from your cup. Okay? Yep. And that's it. They don't care where your water coming from.
Oh no.
They don't care about what glass it's in. They don't care about updating the cup. Mm-hmm. They don't care about what's in the cup. They just feel good.
Yeah.
In the presence of the cup. Yeah. So if you don't ever take your cup away, meaning if you don't never go get some self-love, go on a spa day, go even if you can't go on a spa day, close your door, put on a candle, wash your face, take a shower or a bath, sit there, meditate. Sit there in some silence, at least 5 minutes.
And that's you.
You can't put on some music.
And that's you finding yourself. That's you feeding back into yourself, building yourself back up. I'm glad you're speaking on that because Darren commented and said, who's to say the other side was ever greener than the side you was already on? So here's the thing. I don't know if that question was for me or just in general. But as for me, it definitely, the grass was definitely greener on the other side. So when you have two people who are, no matter what is going on, they're not willing to compromise. They're not willing to become a better person, not only for themselves, but, okay, he said general, okay, but they're not willing to become a better person for themselves. They're not willing to become a better person for you or the relationship. At that moment,
they have no focus.
That's it. Like, because you can't beat a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? Like, relationships are here to better each other. Relationships are here to equip the world, equip the family, equip the children. You can't raise a healthy family in an unhealthy situation.
Yep.
So a lot of times, there will be times where the grass is definitely greener on the other side because you can't force somebody to do something or be something they don't want to be.
Nope.
A healthy relationship only works when two people have decided, yes, I'm not good, but I'm going to work on it because I don't want to lose you. That's the only way a relationship going to work.
That's it. Also, with that perspective of the grass isn't greener, it's really your perspective. If you have never seen green grass, you don't.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah, that's true.
You've never seen a successful marriage. You better Google it.
Yep.
You better get some goals. You better research if you want one. If you don't know what a bad body look like and feel like, if you don't know what it's like to have a flat stomach and have energy, look it up. Google it. If people keep telling you wake up every day and drink some water, if folks keep saying don't eat meat for a month, just try it.
I'm trying to get there, man. I'm trying.
Hey.
I'm trying.
Once a day, just take the meat out the option. Just make some spaghetti without it. Make some pasta without it. Make a sandwich without it. If you never felt it, if you never seen green grass, you don't really have a goal. But if you seen green grass and you like, oh, my grass green, but I want that type of green, bruh.
So here's the thing. So Darren,
type of greens, bro, and that's my favorite color. It's a little green, my favorite color, bruh. It's a million greens. Which one you want? All of them.
You know what? And I'm gonna say this.
Because I'm glad you like me who like a lot of different colors. It take a lot for me.
I'm
You know,
glad you used that analogy because here's the thing: there are a lot of greens. So this color green may work for you.
hello.
It may be good for you, and that color green may not. So here's the thing. So Darren said, that's when it's dead. You're putting fake grass on top of your grass. So here's the thing. I came up in a generation of family, and I'm sorry if I have family that's gonna watch this. If it ain't you, you have nothing to worry about. If it's you, then maybe you need to self-evaluate. But I came up in a family where literally I didn't see healthy marriages. I was going into that. So I got married into what I knew a marriage to be. But when I saw my marriage going down the same paths that my family went back, and I said, oh no, because I know how unhappy they are. I refuse to. So I was gonna find me a different color green. You know what I mean? So, and then that's the thing. You got to ask yourself, yes, James, you got to ask yourself, was the grass ever even green too? So first of all, you got to go there. Was it ever really green?
What is your view of what is your view of a good body? What is your view of a healthy lifestyle? What is your view of luxury living? If you and your spouse view of luxury the same? If you and your spouse view of having money the same? Is your view of being healthy the same? And if it ain't, learn to accept and love that, because you gotta accept it and love it, or hit the door.
Period. So James said sometimes we are colorblind when we don't look past what's presented to us. So this can go even with looking at the grass on the other side. Sometimes we colorblind. Sometimes we do feel like, dang, that grass look a little better than mine.
Yeah.
And it's not. You know what I mean? So everything is case by case. Not one works for everybody, because some people, I would say, unless it's super toxic, baby, water that grass. Don't take your butt nowhere, especially at the age we at. We too old to keep flopping from person to person.
And then really, you do attract what you are. So if you are full, and you know what, I would call myself 90% full, and that's a high number for me, because I be hard on myself. Man, but when you full, the stuff don't bother you. The grass color, I ain't even seen no grass. I'm looking at the sky. Okay, I ain't focusing on no grass. My head ain't down, boo boo. My chin up. So I don't even see grass. So our conversation ain't the same. My view ain't the same. I ain't even looking at no grass. I don't even know what you're talking about. Cause
I like how you said
I always have a good day. I'm always excited. I'm always happy. I'm always pleased with myself first. So it's either gonna rub off on you, or if my boundaries and my standards are what they are, you better get some.
Yeah.
Then they can't get up in your cup.
Yeah.
They can't make you look down at some green grass because you still looking up. Still looking.
And it's a learning. It's a learning experience to learn.
Baby, you got to choose every day. Every day.
Yeah.
You can use that same cup over and over and think it's gonna work if you want to. That cup gonna be nasty. You need to wash.
Look, and that's why we have these families.
You need to go back to the video. Go back to that book. Go back to that friend in high school, that mother, that father, that hurting moment, and see if you healed from that. See if they still make you cry, if they still make you, if you still getting mad because the pizza man got your order wrong, you almost went to jail.
So I like this.
You need to stop letting people sip out your cup.
I like this analogy.
You tripping.
So James said he
talking to you crazy and you full grown.
So James said he grew up with dirt, a lot of dirt in the yard, barely any grass, things like that. So I like how you said it was all dirt and mud. I ain't start seeing grass grow till I got out of that environment. So as it relates to kind of getting away from the grass point of it. So as it relates to the cup. So sometimes, okay, you're looking at this cup as it being half empty because that's all you knew. That's all you grew up is looking at people that's half empty. Being in a family who treat you like you're half empty. You grow up in that environment, and until you get out of that environment, then you can't speak positivity into yourself. You can't speak positivity into somebody else because all you got is that dirt in you. that you grew up in, that dirty mindset, that crazy mindset, that toxic,
You got
mad, anger, bitter
got a cup
mindset.
full of clean water and your hands dirty.
And the
That,
dirt,
that,
the sand sitting at the bottom of the cup. It's water in there that's full, but the dirt sitting at the bottom of the cup. Who finna drink that?
is you're going to hurt your insides.
Yeah.
You're not going to last long. You need some clean water in
Yep.
your You need some clean water before we even start filling that cup.
Yep.
Um, so you need a clean glass.
And so as it relates to a relationship,
ooh,
starting over being clean, it has to happen with those dirty conversations. We got to get to the root of that thing. Pull that mother from the roots.
Saying it if you want to, you're gonna keep running the niggas that ain't shit. Why? Because that's what come out your mouth all the time.
Yeah. If you keep focusing on the dirty roots, you keep focusing on the bad men, you keep focusing on the men that ain't shit, you keep focusing on that, you're gonna always have
that. Birthday last week, he's a changed man. Okay. He grew up, sis.
He got a haircut. He different.
Give him a chance.
Yes. Darren say, grab some soap, wash that cup out, get some filter water. Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. Pull that mess up from the roots. Get it out of there. Have those hard conversations with each other. Give your apologies on your bullshit.
Yes.
On your BS.
Figure out why they keep looking at the cup empty. Figure out, okay, you want my ass to be fat, bro. Excuse my language. Bro, don't work out with me because I want a fat one too. Or, bro, let's save so we can go buy one. Bro, don't be...
Or let's look at the bigger picture.
Fair to the other person to not have these conversations.
Or let's look at the bigger picture. Is that big butt gonna get us some money? And I ain't talking about stripping. Is that big butt gonna get our family to the place of not being in poverty? So you want a big butt? I get it.
Bro, I can't focus on the butt because I'm at work every day. I gotta work. I can't focus on the booty. What is you watching? Where you see so much ass that you want it for me, we need to watch this together so we can dissect what you watching.
But then that's just sidetracking, and then that's just getting priorities all out of whack, though. You know what I mean? Like when you get to a certain age in your life, when you get to a certain space, then big butts they cool, but listen, where we going? It's entertainment. So, but where are we going though? Like, what are we doing? How are we building our family? Is the big butt gonna build our family to be healthy? Is the big butt gonna make us have better conversations? Is the big butt gonna bring us millions? Like, where the priorities at? You know, at this point, like,
and even we can talk about finances. Like okay, I want a guy to wine and dine me. Is whining and dining gonna put savings in your bank account with his? Is whining and dining gonna? I mean, like most times women just want that to make us feel better, and so we can have an for ourselves and
that's
others.
What it is. That's what it is.
Say, okay, being in a relationship is great. We all know that. Duh. You know, being out of a relationship, being single is awesome. Okay. Awesome. You ain't got nobody to worry about but you.
Both.
Okay. And guess what? You can date when you're single. More than one person.
Yeah.
Because you're not married.
Yeah.
So don't worry about, anybody saying, oh, she's with Lori Harvey.
So I like how you, okay, so I'm going to go to my next question.
About you and your spouse choice. Boo-boo. You figure out how to sustain what you're trying to sustain. And if it's a relationship, great. If it's children, great. If it's a job, great. If it's entrepreneurship, great. Mm-hmm. How are we viewing our own cup?
So with that, it's good to be in a relationship and it's also good to be single. Here's the thing. When you're single, are you looking at everybody that's in a relationship as, dang, man, they cup full. They half full. I want that. Whole time, you don't know how many of them half empty. Like, just focus on your own lane and stop, or even, even the people that's in a relationship.
You don't know that his weakness is this and her strength is this, so that's why that's working.
Yeah.
You don't know
that in a relationship. You look at people
like you really don't know. So before you even want greener grass, do you got some dirt? You got a lawnmower? You got some water? Do you have a house? You know what I'm saying? If we want to talk about some grass with the cup, it was like can you afford a sustainable cup, or do you have to use the reusable one and you making the same mistakes over and over? You got to keep getting you don't know to just go and go to Dollar General and go get a $12 kitchen set and get some ceramic cups.
Yeah. Like
So
my cup plastic, yours
you
paper.
know,
What you comparing the two for? Like that's what we do.
Outside
looking in.
I'm going to work. I need a plastic and a paper. This works for me.
Look,
you worried about why my cup plastic and yours glass and I'm mobile.
Yeah.
Boo boo, I gotta go to work. That's why. You worrying about why I have to have a fake behind and some boobs? Well, ma'am, I'm on social media and I'm hot shit. And I'm a what you call it, a influencer, boo boo, and I can afford it.
Yeah.
You know, you wonder why I don't want it. Well, that's not my safety, concern. That's not my lifestyle. Well, I've done the other. You have to have options. Mm-hmm. If you are closed minded, you ain't never drunk out of different cups. You ain't never had different drinks. Your perspective might be swayed a certain way. You've never been appreciated for your cup at all. So whatever type of cup you're trying to attain, you are not happy with it because nobody appreciates me. Are you appreciating yourself? You appreciate your own cup first. You appreciate what you can bring first. You appreciate your personal, financial, and family state. Then, when you are appreciative, when you are accepting of yourself, and you are working on one thing at a time, one day at a time, with your own personal cup, you'll have empathy and sympathy for other people's cup.
Yeah.
Cause you'll know, man, it take every day. Man, you ain't learned to save yet. Me neither, man. I'm learning too. This will help me. Man, you want some 23 cc's in Florida. This where I got the information from. Sis, I saved this much. I'm going to. Relationship wise, my children. Man, my kids ain't listening. Have you tried the Disney Station? Have you tried meditation? Have you tried to turn all electronics off? Do you work adequate hours? Has everybody had enough sleep? Are they getting adequate water, food, oxygen? So paying attention to your personal cup will definitely allow you to have sympathy and empathy with other people's cups and filling it with each other.
So I do have one more for you before we close out. Guys that are on, please follow our links that's in the caption. I am on all platforms. Conquering Relationships is on all platforms: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. So go follow us on all those platforms. If you want to be a guest, please inbox me because I am wanting more guests on here. I will be offering events. We will be doing events. We will be doing group coaching sessions. They are co-ed, because I am for the man as well as the woman. So look out for those. So Charm, any last words of wisdoms to the viewers before we close out?
With this cup being half empty or half full, really just going into that, I just wanted to leave you guys with this one statement. You can either look at the cup half empty, you can look at the cup half full, or you can say my cup always runneth over. Okay? So once you have a physical, emotional, spiritual self-care regimen, you'll definitely have a better view of not only your cup, but everybody else's as well.
I agree. Okay, I like that. And self-care, we talk about self-care, we think about women. No, men, y'all need self-care. Go on and get this self-care together because we need y'all to get y'all butts together. Y'all be tripping a lot of little times. It be y'all too, but get y'all self-care routines, man, because we need y'all. Y'all men are supposed to be the head of our households. You're supposed to be our leaders. We need you to step into your full role. So we need y'all cup to go from empty to full. And a lot of y'all only going to get there by adopting a self-care routine for yourself?
Man, I just bought my husband a little facial that I was using in the beginning. Then I bought me one, so I'm buying him a new one. But get you a facial care routine, exercise, eat right. Can y'all do some push-ups and some sit-ups, please? Can y'all run and fight? We love seeing y'all run and fight and look fine. Um, we love seeing y'all dressed up like y'all going to weddings and y'all ain't.
Yes.
Um, we
We,
love
we,
it.
we love
Every
seeing y'all
woman
have
ain't it.
boundaries. We,
Okay.
we
We
love
love
seeing y'all
seeing
have
y'all
boundaries.
in collar shirts.
Jane said put
Okay.
both half cups together and it's gonna run over. I like that.
Baby will. Baby will.
Okay, so we are closing out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for commenting. I appreciate y'all. And again, hit me up. I need y'all on my show. Check me out on my other platforms, and I'll see y'all on